Hello, I'm Jeff Byers. I'm going to take you through the lightning effects and how to create them. We're going to go ahead and create new scene, so go ahead and go File, New Scene. Rotate it around so we have the Z-axis facing us, and then we're going to go ahead and do a Create Locator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Control D, hit the W key, and move it over to the side. And I'm going to select this one, move that over to the side. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this 3 times up. So I'm going to do Control D, Control D. I'm going to do Control D, move it up, Control D, move it up. Okay, I'm basically using these locators to have the start and end of the lightning. So click on one locator and then the next. And go ahead and go to Effects, Create Lightning. Alright, we're going to go ahead and edit, reset settings. Alright, so we got curve settings. Basically we've got 20, thickness at 1, max spread at 1, lightning end at 1, and then glow at 0.5. Let's go ahead and create this. Right? This is what the basic lightning looks like, and when you play the animation. Okay, so it's kind of cool. Right out of the box, let's go ahead and go to the render settings. Let's go ahead and get the software render set up so we can do a quick render. So let's do production quality, and let's do Gaussian filter. And that's under multi-pixel filtering. And then under commons, let's go ahead and scroll down, and let's do HD 720. Okay, these things render very quickly, so let's go ahead and render it. Okay, now you see that it's very blown out. So let's kind of fine-tune some stuff, see what we can do to fine-tune it. Okay, let's go ahead and put that in there. Right. There's a couple things with the glow that we can fix if we don't like it. Otherwise, we can experiment by just going to the next one and go to Effects, Lightning. This time we're going to do curve segments at 10, thickness at 0.25, max spread at 2, and glow intensity at 0.25. There we go. Go ahead and create. Now this gives us something totally different. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that render and render that. So you can see we've got a finer line. Okay. Alright. Okay. Let's go to the next one. And let's go to Effects, Lightning. And I like these settings. I want more curve settings, so I'm going to do 20. And max spread at 3. And glow, let's go to 0.3. There we go. Create. There we go. So now we got something more radical. That's a lot more radical. So let's go ahead and render that out. So there we go. We've got something a little more interesting to look at. And the top one is actually, I like that the most. Of course, you can pick whichever one you want to pick. So with those settings, I'm going to show you how this all works. So I'm going to go, let's go ahead and go to File, New Scene, and don't save. Right, let's go ahead and rotate that around again. And let's create a locator. Let's move that over to the side. Control D, that will duplicate and move that over to the other side. Let's go ahead and go to Show up here. And let's turn off the grid. Let's click on one, and then just click the other one. and go to Effects and go to Lightning, the option box. Now I kind of like what we got. Now you can choose, you can do this any way you want. So I'm going to keep it the way it is. Maybe change the max spread to 2. There we go. And create. There we go. So that looks pretty good. Of course, you can animate this anywhere you want to, which is kind of fun, kind of cool. You can animate these as well. So you can keyframe any of this stuff, which is really, really cool. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and render this out, even though we got it all set up to render. There we go. So it looks really good. I like it. It's a nice fine little line. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a plane, and you're going to notice that the lightning, let's go ahead and turn that off. I'll move that down. The lightning creates an ambient light in your scene. So it's not animated, but it's there. So let's go to Outliner. And let's look at the lightning. So we've got a point light, a lightning surface. We've got these curves in here. We've got some joints in there. So lightning is actually pretty complex. So let's look at the point light here. Let's go ahead and minimize. That point light's intensity is basically set up for the lightning, and the intensity is 0.6. So let's take a look at the scene. So in our scene, if we don't like that lightning, see how it's illuminating the ground here? If you don't like that, or you want to make it stronger or weaker, you have to break that connection. So click on intensity, right click over it, and then go down to break connections. Now this allows you to go ahead and change that to whatever you want. So if I want to do 5 and I want to render, that'll give us a really, really bright render. Okay, that illuminates a lot hotter. So notice that the lightning is really rendering fast. Let's go to 0.25, and this will be really, really dark. So it just barely illuminates the scene. Or you can take it out altogether, whatever you want to do. So that's how you can control the ambient light in there. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to go in here and look at the lightning itself. What is a surface shader of the lightning? So we're going to go to lightning shader. And notice that our lightning color is actually locked. So it's locked under incandescence and locked under color. Well, let's go ahead and break that connection. And break that connection. Let's go in here. So we broke those connections, and now we can change the color. So if we want this to be yellow, or a little brighter blue, it's whatever you'd like. So whatever color you choose. And for a special effect, you could do purple or green or whatever. So let's kind of do a green glow. In incandescence, let's do the same thing. Let's take a look at what it renders out. Let's do a red. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. So you can see how it changes. You'd have to change the color of the light in your scene. So you can see you can pretty much do any color you want. You can mix the colors together. You could do yellow with a red ambient, which is kind of neat. So you mix them together and see what you can come up with. There we go. And your glow is, again, that is set up too. So let's go ahead and break that connection. And now we can do one. We can make it glow a lot. Okay, or we can basically have it glow a little bit. So now we can control everything. There we go. We can also turn hide source. So all you see is the actual lightning, which is kind of cool. So you can see the difference between the two, going back and forth. So whichever effect you're really looking for, that'll work. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. I'm going to do kind of a dark purple with that. See what that looks like. There we go. It's kind of cool. What if we do an ambient color, yellow. Okay, let's bring that down a little bit. Alright, so now you can get kind of a mixture of colors here. And the glow, I'll just turn that off. Okay, so basically that's pretty much it. And if you want to animate this, you probably want to animate the light as well. So if we go in here to the window outliner and see, you'll have to animate the point light as well. So we'll start animating the locators. So let's say you want this object to strike, so let's go ahead and put that up here. And move this down here. Something like that. And move this over here. These two are connected here. There we go. Let's move this up a little bit higher. There we go. So basically move that out of the scene. Okay. So we're going to go to the side view here. And at frame 1, I just hit the S key, the set key. I'm going to go down to frame 15, or 14, hit the S key. And then frame 15, I'm going to move it to strike the ground, S, and then have it trail across. So let's go to 18 and then have it trail across, and then hit S key again. And then on 19 it goes back up. Set. So basically it'll strike and crawl across the ground like that. And that's how you animate lightning. Okay, so we can watch the animation here. There we go. It's very fast. Okay, you'll animate the light coming on and off, so we'll go ahead and do that. Window outliner. So 14, 15 goes on in 18. So 15 through 18. Alright, so 15, let's go ahead and click on the point light. Alright, the intensity is 0.125. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And at frame 1, S key, set key, and frame 14, set key, 15. We want it to be 02. There we go. Color needs to be kind of a purplish color. There we go. And oh, that's locked. Break connections. There we go. There we go. Alright, so We've set a key. And then 18. Set a key. And 19, turn it off. 0. And set key. So now we've animated that. So it should be off. So we shouldn't see anything. Just black. And then when the lightning strikes, like that, render, and there it is. And the light comes on. And we could turn that down. It looks way too bright. So I'll do that. Let's go back to, let's do a 0.25 and set key. And let's do 18. And let's do 0.25. Set key. There we go. Back to 0. Okay, so 16. Let's render that out and see how that looks. There we go. That looks a lot better. Okay, so that's animated the lightning and the actual light. So that's lightning. And that's it. Let's see you next time.